But if I speak to the mic, you'll hear me mic.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear.
Okay, excellent.
Meetings are delayed because I'm making my.
Okay, then we can get the audio mics.
Yep, I'll get them going.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 65th EHM of the Sergeant Advanced Teachers Association for Canada. Thank you all for coming. We should begin with the adoption of the agenda. So if you have it in front of you, that's great. It should be also perfected. There we go. So could I have a motion to adopt the agenda? So moved by Ken Saunders, seconded by Delvin. Is there any discussion? Okay. Right, just before I call the question, I am going, are we good? Yes, yes, I was about to explain how we were going to do that. So, if you're here in the room, you get the privilege of waving your hand to say approve or disapprove or abstain. If you are online, please write either if you approve, you don't have to do anything. If you wish to abstain or to vote against it, please put it in the chat. And then we can count you. So I'm now going to call the question. So all in favor of the agenda, please raise your hand. Are there any opposed? Are there any abstentions? Excellent, we have approval. So the next item on the agenda is the approval of the consent agenda. So this is most of the report, except those listed in item 4. So could I have, could I have a motion to approve, and then we can open the floor to questions. Thank you, Deborah. Leary. Thank you. New Jersey Branch. Is there a seconder? Thank you, Allison, who's Toronto branch. Sorry, yes, and if you are moving or seconding, please indicate your branch. That's my fault. So, since the motion is now on the table, are there any questions about any of the reports in the consent agenda? Are there any questions online for the consent agenda?
All clear.
All right, I love it. Okay, it's not bad. No. Nobody's saying that I forgot. So, excellent, good. In that case, we'll call the question. All in favor of the consent items in the consent agenda? Yeah, that looks good. Are there any opposed? And are there any abstentions? Thank you so much. All right, that motion goes to pass. We now come to matters arising from the minutes. Yeah, and sorry, I carefully hold it down. There we go. No, we want, so if you have the report in front of you, we're now looking at page 34 of the report, because that is the rest of the minutes. They were in the consent agenda. Including minutes. Sorry. So, this is proposal to include successful PPI candidates as full members. So you'll remember that we had a wholesome discussion, about this. And so this is now coming up for their final decision, and we have to change, the language, for membership. So the proposal is that the CPI committee was charged with engaging the sentiment of the membership regarding this issue. As a result of interactions with members through meetings with area reps, the committee found that there is strong support to extend full membership to holders of the CPI statement of proficiency. The executive committee recommends that this change to the membership structure be adopted by amending the relevant text currently describing regular adult members in the procedures manual. Regular adult members are a subset of full members category. This proposal requires a simple majority for adoption. And it says that the current language as well as the proposed language. So this is a change to Article 30.3.2. And the new language be a regular adult member if any current member of the Royal Society Advanced Society RSCS who holds the teacher's certificate of the RSCS or has passed the preliminary test for part 1 in 1, 2, and 3. Oh, sorry, no, I'm hearing it, thinking, and it must be me echoing. So, sorry. Of the examination courses provided by the RSCS leading to the teacher's certificate, or, which is the new language, have received the core training for instructor statement of proficiency as an instructor of studies advantage from the RSCS and has paid the appropriate TAC annual membership fee. So, could I have a motion to approve this? Thank you. Is there a seconder? Oh, there's a bunch of seconders. How about Alan Twig from San Francisco branch? Is there any further discussion of the item on the floor? Are there any comments from members participating remotely? All right, in that case, we'll call the question. So all in favor of the new language? Is there anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? One abstention. Would you like it recorded with your name? Okay, the motion is passed. Thank you very much.
Credit to the association, you've done such a good job of informing us all and bringing us all along, so thank you.
And I actually would like to thank very much the committee that dealt with this. It was a lot of work. And all right, we're now moving along to the reports that aren't part of the consent agenda. Which includes mine. There we go. In as much as my report is in your package, and I'm sure you've all read it, I'm just going to highlight a couple of things and then take any questions, I think is the best time. So what I'd like to highlight is my deep debt of gratitude to everyone who has worked so hard this year to keep, well, to keep TAC going, to do the jobs that needed to be done. But for those who have sort of done more than expected. So thank you to Jeffrey Selling and everybody who helped Jeffrey put together that fantastic video for the virtual teachers conference. I want to thank, well, that is Ron Wallace and Gail Foster for going to that online, meeting. But what I really want to do is thank Ellen Sears for all of her efforts trying to find us a place for summer school next year. To find anybody who wants us. What kind of a reputation have we got? Anyway, but Ellen has put in so many hours trying to find us a new home, as well as trying to encourage people to join the various subcommittees for the strategic plan that, you know, being past chair is supposed to be, I don't know, easy-ish, but she's done way more work than I want to do, yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Anyway, so that's really what I wanted to highlight is the excellent work that members of TAC, not even members on the board, but members of TAC have done it on behalf of the association. So, are there any questions? I do have a question for, Jeff or Gordon. Do you have a question for or is there anything ask? Margaret. Everything but Margaret. Oh, no, everything but Margaret's at once at the end, and then perfect. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to. Alrighty, so, we will deal with moving and passing my report and the other two reports. When we're done, but we will now move on to the treasurer's report. So, Margaret Dudley, if you are out there and can unmute yourself, hopefully we will see your face. Oh, will we hear you?
I don't know, can you hear me, Kathy?
All right, thank you, Margaret. Over to you.
I don't know if people can hear me. I know the people on
Oh,
Zoom
can
can
you-
probably hear me.
Yes, we can all hear you.
Oh, okay. All right, sorry I can't be there in person, but it just what just wasn't able to this year. So I assume all of you have read this thrilling treasurer's report, and I'm just going to talk about the highlights. This year we did lose a little bit of money. We lost $25 this year. Last year we had made 25, so we're just about breaking even, which is great. And things that contributed to this decrease is we had a lot less, we paid a lot less of the debt because we received less money from Sandy, and then also our donations were down. Membership income decreased a bit over last year, and that is probably still the ongoing effect of COVID. You know, people aren't, you know, people weren't coming back to dancing yet, but this year we should see more. We did do an outreach grant, and And last year, our donations for the silent auction and for sponsored dance went to summer school to cover the loss. So that is the main reason why our donations were down last year over the previous year. Let's see what else. So that's really the highlights. We're doing much better. I mean, when I first became treasurer, we had huge losses. So things are definitely looking up. And then if you remember last year, we did vote on increasing our membership dues, which all of you know, because you paid your new dues and paid the $65 for most of you. So that I'm hoping will result in us making a larger profit this year. In the debt repayment, we've collected about just over $5,000 in donations. And that was broken down into $600 for debt repayment, $3,500. A lot of people make donations when they renew their memberships, which is really great. And that gets used to where we use some of it to pay debt and some of it to cover our ongoing losses. And let's see. Right now, our debt, we all know about the $120,000 interest-free loan. We're now down to $53,780 owing. And that amount is due anytime after May 31st, 2028, and has to be paid in full by May 31st, 2033. So we're way ahead of schedule, and I'm hoping we'll be able to pay it all off in the next couple of years. And then we also do still have a loan with TAC Sound. They had lent us $25,000, and we currently owe them $24,950. And then the only other thing I want to talk about is the scholarship funds. As you know, this year at summer school, the silent auction is going towards the Bob, if I remember correctly, the Bob Blackie Fund, and then the summer school, the ball at summer school is going to help the teacher candidates, because our scholarship funds have been really decreasing. And there is, especially Bobby Brown, right now at the end of last year, we had under $2,400 in the Bobby Brown scholarship fund. So, which is why the silent auction is going to that, because unless we can up our donations to the scholarship funds, there is some doubt whether we'll be able to continue making annual scholarships. The Jubilee Fund is in pretty good shape. We have $77,000, and Bob Blackie, we have about $47,000 in it. But Bobby Brown is a lot more recent since it was founded. So that's the one that has so little money in it. And then I just want to thank Joan for doing the audit last year, Joan Axford. She has done it for the last couple of years, and it's really great to have a dancer who understands the functioning of TAC do our audit. It makes it a lot easier for me, and I really appreciate Joan. Is so easy to work with. It really makes doing the audit, from my point of view, a lot easier. So thank you, Joan. And also I'd like to thank the members of the board for all their help and support this past year when I've been really sick. So it really made it a lot easier for me to continue being treasurer. So those are the highlights. Does anybody have any questions about the financial statements?
So if you have questions from Margaret in the room, could you please come down to?
Are there any questions in person? No?
There do not appear to be, Margaret. Are there any questions?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you very well.
No, you were fine, Margaret, thank you. Are there any questions online? No. Nothing online.
Okay, so if there's no questions, I have two motions. I'd like to move that Joan Axford be appointed supervisory accountant for the year 2023.
Do we have a seconder for that? Oh, wow. You guys have- So, yeah.
The Mexico branch.
Okay, excellent. Is there any discussion of the motion? Nothing here. Is there any discussion online? There are several hands up. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Hazel. Would you like to unmute yourself? Thank you. Somebody for paying attention. Okay, Hazel, were you going to, did you have something to say, Hazel?
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
Okay, Deirdre, did you have anything to say? Sarah, did you have anything to say? So if you have your hand up. Okay.
Probably noting the most part or agreeing on.
Yeah, okay, so, again, if you are online, it's probably more efficient, even if you want to move or second something, to just write move or second into the TAC. And then we have it in writing and we know what you're trying to do. Sorry, Jean Gibson. You have your hand raised, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Can you hear me better now? Keep talking, all right. Sorry, it's very weird to hear you. What you're kind of saying, sorry. It's very echoey and not as clear as it could be. It could be the room. I could also try holding it like this. Does this improve the situation? Alrighty. That's funny. So, so for the folks online, my apologies, I've been reading over to you, so like, is it clearer now online? The reason why Margaret was clearer for folks online is because she was also online. So you'll hear that. Okay, well, so I will, so please let me know. All right, sorry. Yes, I'm afraid sadly, there's probably not much that we can do about it. Yes.
Go over to the podium and try.
The podium mic?
Well, there's probably the mic on.
On the computer. Yeah. Okay.
You might need that mic too. Yeah. You know, that's gonna be bad. Yeah, I wanted to bring the laptop to you, but I think.
It's easier to bring myself. Oh, then.
Yeah, we can bring it in one.
Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, hopefully this will improve the situation. We'll see. So, oh, excellent. Okay, well.
Oh, okay.
All righty, hurrah. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have. Margaret has moved, the, motion. Jeff has seconded it. I have had a discussion. We haven't passed it yet, though, have we? No, excellent. Well, let's try passing it, shall we? All right, so all in favor of appointing Joan for another year, please raise your hands. Thank you, Andrew. Excellent, yes. Are there any opposed? Alrighty. Are there any members who are opposed to reappointing Joan Axford? So please lower your hand if you're online, if you actually meant to approve. Possibly. Are there any abstentions? And remember, it really is more of if you write into the chat, people online, because then you can't forget to lower your hands. Okay, awesome. All right, so Margaret. Fiona's like, what? Margaret.
Okay,
Second
the only
motion.
other thing I have to do is, if there's no questions on the treasurer's report, I'd like to move that the treasurer's report be accepted as I presented it.
All right, and it is seconded by Jeffrey Selling, Delaware Valley. Are there any questions or any comments, debate about the motion on the floor to approve the financial report, the treasurer's report as presented in the annual report? Are there any questions online? Seeing none, let us move to the question. So I will call the question. All in favor of the report as it stands? Any opposed? Are there any abstentions? Fabulous. Thank you very much. Thank you, Margaret, for everything.
Thank you.
As many of you will know, Margaret hasn't been well this past year. She is doing much better. We are very pleased. And we were very happy that she carried on as treasurer in spite of everything.
Thank you, Kathy.
So the next item on the agenda is the area reps report. Does the area reps person have anything that he wants to add or comment on his report? Excellent. Are there any questions for the area reps representative, which is Ken Saunders? Okay, fabulous. And you've all read it. The last item is the strategic planning report, which again is in the document. Are there any questions about the strategic planning report? Of course, the number one question you should have is, how do I get involved? How can I join one of these fabulous, amazing committees? And the answer is, have a chat with Ellen. And she'll set you up. In the nicest way possible. All right, in that case, could I have a motion to approve the chair's report the area reps report and the strategic plan report. So that's Deborah Leary in New Jersey has moved it, and Ward Fleury, San Diego has seconded it. Are there any further questions here in the room or online? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor of these reports? Is anyone opposed to the acceptance of these reports? Excellent. Are there any abstentions? Splendid. Thank you very much. And we now move on to some rather fun and exciting things. Sorry. Alrighty. So there are a number of 25-year members this year, but there are no 50-year members. Some people will be there next year. We have certificates. They will be given out at the dinner tonight. However, while we're here, we'd like to recognize the longtime membership of the following people. Louis Emsley of Fergus, Ontario. Laura Friedman Shedloff. So if you're actually here in the room, stand up and take a bow. What the heck? Fiona Grant. Timothy Harrison of LeGrand, Oregon. Valerie Hill of Hagerstown, Maryland. Barbara Johnson from Catherine Neely from Ardmore, Pennsylvania. Yes, I know. Blaine and Denise Pete from Bremerton, Washington. Ellen Sears. Andrew Smith, who is with us online. We've seen him. Alma Smith, who's here with us. Pamela Stevens of Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Yoshifumi Yukishigi, I hope I haven't butchered that, from Lawrenceville, Georgia. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much. The next item of new business is a motion regarding the area reps meetings. So the proposal is as follows. During the recent experience with COVID, it was necessary to change the way the TAC operated in how it met with the membership. Online meetings using the Zoom platform became the norm. This mechanism has allowed the area reps to meet more frequently and give voice to a larger number of participants. It has also eliminated the need for the area reps to squeeze in a Friday evening meeting at the start of the TAC TCW. The executive committee recommends replacing the annual meeting of area reps, formerly held at the TAC TCW, with an online meeting that will be scheduled to allow sufficient time for a written report to be prepared for the AGM, and that the procedures manual section 4.9, 1 be updated with changes to the current text as indicated to facilitate this change. This proposal is a housekeeping measure to have the written guidelines and the procedures manual agree with the evolution of our current practices. The proposal requires a simple majority for adoption. So the proposed language is for 4.9, 1, area representatives meet in person or remotely as a council under the chairmanship of the convener of area representatives at least once a year. Area representatives are encouraged to submit items for inclusion on the agenda for these council meetings. So, could I have a motion to approve this change? So I'll take it from Gail Forster from the Vancouver branch. Is there a seconder? Okay, Marjorie McLaughlin from San Diego branch. Is there any discussion? Either here or online? Seeing none, I'll call the question. So all in favor of the motion, please raise your hands or indicate approval. Thank you, Andrew. Are there any opposed? Are there any abstentions? Fantastic, the motion has been approved. The next item on the agenda is the nominations committee report. Yes. No, it is under item number 9, other business. So it's coming. Just be patient. We're getting there. So nominations committee report, which is on page 48 of your package. So again, this just demonstrates my ignorance. Do we vote on this or do we vote in number 7, which is the installation? So we've got a report and then we have, which is item 6, and then we have item 7, which is, this is just the presentation. Okay. So this is the presentation. Look at it. Yes, if you, sorry, if you have any, if there are any comments, please come down. Come down to the mic. Just run past it. Okay. So this is the slate of people for the executive as well as the members at large. The 2 additional people are in italic. Sheila Careless from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and as the summer events director shadow. Is Sheila in the room or? Oh, she's over there. There's Sheila. Okay, and then Margaret Florence. Right there. And the coordinator from Toronto, Ontario. Thank you. So I guess this means we can move on to item number 7. Yes. Thank you, Jeff. Sorry. Uh-oh. What is Craig going to be chair next year? Did you get it that wrong? Yeah, is that what you said? Oh, oh, right. Sorry, it's Canada, not Katona.
Oh.
Is there a place called Katona? No, it's so it's sorry. I want to start a town called Katona. I want. Sorry. Okay. Alrighty, sorry. I've lost it. There we go. The thread, it's gone. So, all right, so. We need, so number 7 is the election and installation of officers. So can I have a motion, I guess, to approve the slate? Sorry?
I need to do.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Eileen. Yes, Eileen, you could move. All right, so Eileen Sue of Seattle has moved the slate for the installation of officers for 2023, 2024. Do we have a seconder? Vicky Zeltons, Toronto? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is there any discussion, anyone want to challenge any of these nominations? Of course, you realize if you challenge any of the nominations, you have to, of course, be willing to do the job yourself. Okay.
They're all quiet.
Okay. So, all right, so, all in favor of the slate? Any opposed? Oh, Hazel, okay. Any abstentions? All right, thank you. The second item connected with number 6 is item number 8, appointments of the TAC Talk editor, TAC Books manager, TAC Sound manager, TAC webmaster is there. So Eileen, if you'd like to, this is a separate item because these are appointments, not elections. Would you like to move the acceptance of these?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. So Eileen has moved the acceptance of the appointments or the confirmation of these appointments going forward. I suppose Jeffrey Selling, Delaware Valley has seconded it. Is there any further discussion? Again, you know, you could challenge and find yourself running TAC books. No? No? All right, fine. Yes, there's that too. So think about it. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, thank you very much. And particular thank you to Sheila and Moira for joining the board. Well done. It should be the most fun you'll have. All right, item 9, under other business, we have a proposal to update the objects in the articles of incorporation. This is on page 49 under new business. Oh, no, sorry, 47. Under item, yes, under other business. So the proposal is to update the objects in the articles of incorporation. At the 2022 AGM, the Strategic Planning Committee report was accepted and approved by a vote of the membership. Within the report were recommendations made by the committee to update the objectives of the Scottish Country Dance Teachers Association Canada. These new objectives need to be formally adopted for updating the articles of incorporation. This proposal requires a 2/3 majority for adoption. And the proposed language is as follows. The objects of the corporation are to train and support all levels of teachers and instructors of SCD within the RSCDS framework, to foster high-level quality high-quality teaching that supports individual dancers in all types of classes, to encourage involvement in Scotland's heritage of country dancing by promoting its learning, enjoyment, and sociability, to make available and promote resources for reference and instruction, including dance descriptions and recorded music, to nurture the development of musicians for Scottish country dancing, to facilitate communication and relationships between dance teachers, instructors, supporters, organizations, and musicians, to archive and preserve in an accessible form TAC's history of supporting Scottish country dancing. So can I have a motion to approve this change to our articles of objects of the corporation? Okay, so Claire Collier from Hamilton branch and seconded by Alison Booth, Toronto branch. Is there any discussion? Are there any comments online? Yes, Jeffrey. Oh, Alan, sorry. Oh, yes, sorry. So if you have any comments or questions, please come to a microphone. And you can fight over who gets there first.
I
Claire.
just wondered, is there a substantive reason for this change, or is it just kind of a tweaking of the language? Is it anything really changing by this? Proposal?
Yeah, it's an updating. It's more in line with the outcomes of the strategic planning. And there's a whole new object added too, because so previously there were 6 and now there are 7.
Which one was that?
Archiving. Thank you. Jeffrey. Selling.
We on the strategic plan, we worked for a long time on this. The old objectives really looked and sounded old. They were written at a different time when the world of Scottish country dancing in North America looked quite different than it does now. I think a lot of discussion, a lot of input, a lot of back and forth happened. We try to think about what TAC does, needs to do, and going forward. And so this is a real, quite a bit of a rewrite to bring us into a kind of contemporary world.
Thank you. Are there any further comments? Any comments online? I'm not seeing anything. All right, before we go forward, just to reiterate, Gordon, it was moved by Claire Collier and seconded by Alison Booth. All right, seeing no evidence of further discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor of these new objects? No, it says objects. I'm always in favor of objects. Yes. All righty. Is there anyone opposed? Seemingly not. Are there any abstentions? Yahoo! I think we have passed it. Yes. We have definitely achieved our 2/3. Alrighty. So the next item, number 10, we're almost there, folks. Oh, sorry, Vicky. Oh, alrighty. Sorry, Marjorie McLaughlin has another piece of business.
Is she coming down to the microphone?
She is coming down to the microphone. And she's going to use the microphone on this side of me, which hasn't been used yet. So this is important. Oh dear. Marjorie, take it out of its holder, I think, and I think you can, you know. Yeah, be your rock star self. That's it. Good. Yes, thank you.
I would say blew up our vendor. Turn it on.
Oh,
It is on, you have to hold it to your face. Dear.
wait.
For some reason, Eleanor said we it was very rude. Oh, to TAC at 61. Mrs. Stewart and herself will be smiling from above as we dance to the centenary this dance form that we love. 65 years for TAC and 50 for our school. Fill us with pride for these events. We think it's really cool. Thank you, Eleanor.
So yes, so if you were online and it didn't come through terribly well, it will be in TAC Talk. All right, item number 10, notice of next meeting. Hallelujah, we're going back to Brock. So for those of you who've never been to Brock, it's in St. Catharines, Ontario. Our AGM next year will take place on Saturday, July 27th, 2024. That is your notice of next meeting. The TCW weekend will be Friday, July 26th to Sunday, July 28th, 2024. So basically it's this weekend next year, just by one day. Summer school will run from the 28th to August 4th. And the candidates class, yes, there will be a candidates class at TAC next year, will run from July 23rd to August 4th. So if you've got folks in the pipeline, so to speak, ready to become teacher candidates, remind them to save their money. Oh, I mean, save the dates. Can I have a motion to adjourn? All right, Marjorie wins because she put both hands up. So the meeting has been, the motion for adjournment has been moved by Marjorie McLaughlin, San Diego branch. Yes, sorry.
About the TAC Talks with David selling outside the door.
Oh, okay. Ah, right, sorry. So, oh wait. Okay, number 1. Please go and look at the silent auction stuff. It's upstairs. You're in the right building. Go and look. 2. There are cards up there, greeting cards that need signing. If you haven't signed them somehow because you snuck into this meeting and weren't trapped, please go and sign them. They're cards for people who couldn't be here but who wanted to be here because of illness. 3, the commemorative TAC Talk issue is available for purchase. Please, it's beautiful. Not to mention it's got 2 things written by me in it. Yeah, more to the point. Sorry. So please pick up your copy. If you've talked to Allison, they cost $10 each, but if you've already pre-booked a couple, you know, he's got them. David's got them.
I'm filling in for Alice.
You're shilling. Okay. So see, David, about the wonderful TAC Talk. Are there any other announcements that I should be making before you escape? Yes, Ward.
So you know, tomorrow for this.
This is true. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Look, I can do that.
Okay. Tomorrow's discussion with Ron is going to be in the PTS room, which is on the 2nd floor. So just take the elevator, go up. You'll see the TAC books and TAC sound signs. just head over to the right. And it's a smaller room, but that's where the discussion will take place.
Hi. Next July 4th, 2024, there will be a Great Lakes joint ball. July 4th, next. No, July 4th, yes. You can tell I was prepared for this. It is May 4th, May the 4th, May 4th, 2024, yes. Catherine Wolf and I are the co-chairs, and it will be held at Bingham's Banquet Center in Kitchener, Ontario. And it will be a big event, not to be missed, celebrating the 100th anniversary of RSCDF. So that's May 4th. I'm sorry about that mistake. Got your line in the brain. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Run. Me, while you still can.
But we did. Yes, Marjorie. What? It doesn't require a second. Oh, all right. If you're desperate, vote for the adjournment. Put your hands up and wave. Okay, thank you all.